In the movie Gladiator, Lucius Verus is introduced as the young nephew of Commodus, a boy with wide eyes and boundless curiosity, watching Rome's grandeur unfold around him. He represents innocence amidst the corruption of his uncle's reign. As a child, Lucius admires Maximus, the brave gladiator who stands up to his uncle's tyranny, embodying a future where Rome can be just. In Gladiator 2, Lucius is no longer a wide-eyed child. He's grown into a man burdened by the legacies of both Maximus and Commodus. As he navigates the dangerous corridors of Roman power, Lucius is faced with a question. Will he choose the path of honor and justice like Maximus, or will he succumb to the temptations of power that destroyed his uncle? But who was the real Lucius Verus? The historical Lucius Verus was far removed from the gladiatorial arenas of Rome. Born Lucius Sionius Commodus in 130 AD, he was raised in the shadow of power. His father, Lucius Aelius, was appointed by Emperor Hadrian as his successor, but died before taking the throne. When Antoninus Pius became emperor, he adopted both Lucius Verus and Marcus Aurelius, placing them on a shared path to rule. From a young age, Lucius Verus was exposed to the brutality of Roman power. Imagine a young Lucius in the Colosseum, the deafening roar of the crowd and the smell of blood in the air as gladiators fought to the death below him. This brutal display of Roman entertainment must have shaped his view of life and power, that the strong ruled and that the weak perished. Unlike Marcus Aurelius, who is deeply influenced by Stoic philosophy and virtue, Lucius was drawn to the luxuries of court life. Growing up in the opulent imperial palaces where marble floors shimmered with candlelight, Lucius was surrounded by the trappings of wealth and power. His mother, Lucilla, likely played a significant role in shaping his political ambitions, teaching him the importance of alliances, appearances, and survival in a world where power could shift in an instant. Her influence instilled in him the understanding that ruling wasn't just about strength, it was about securing one's position through calculated decisions. Educated alongside Marcus Aurelius, Lucius Verus was tutored in rhetoric, military strategy, and Roman law. However, while Marcus sought wisdom and restraint, Lucius seemed more fascinated by the pleasures of Rome, from lavish feasts to courtly intrigues. His early attraction to indulgence foreshadowed the more hedonistic lifestyle he would later adopt as emperor. When Antoninus Pius died in 161 AD, Lucius Verus and Marcus Aurelius became co-emperors, a unique arrangement in Roman history. While they ruled together, the tensions between them were apparent. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, was deeply committed to his duty, while Lucius Verus, though competent, preferred the luxuries of power. The first major battle came with the Parthian War, 161 to 166 AD. While Marcus Aurelius remained in Rome, Lucius was sent to lead the campaign in the east. But instead of commanding troops on the battlefield, Lucius spent much of his time in Antioch, a glittering city of wealth and extravagance. He indulged in banquets and courtly pleasures while his generals, led by Avidius Cassius, fought on his behalf. The campaign ended in Roman victory, but it was Cassius, not Lucius, who secured Rome's military triumph. Though Lucius was celebrated in Rome upon his return, Marcus Aurelius likely saw the contrast between his own sense of duty and Lucius' indulgent behavior. Did Marcus resent his detachment from the empire's struggles? The tension between the co-emperors, though subtle, underscored the different values that guided their leadership. While Marcus Aurelius forged relationships with philosophers and military advisors who shared his vision for Rome, Lucius Verus surrounded himself with courtiers and pleasure seekers. His inner circle, which thrived on Rome's wealth, reflected his preference for a life of ease and indulgence. However, his most significant relationship was with Avidius Cassius, the general who won the Parthian War in Lucius' name. This bond between them was based on mutual benefit, but it later sowed the seeds of rebellion. Cassius, emboldened by his success, would later declare himself emperor, attempting to overthrow Marcus Aurelius. Could Lucius have predicted this betrayal, or was he too far removed from the realities of Roman power? In 165 AD, a devastating blow struck Rome, the Antonine Plague. Soldiers returning from the east brought the disease back with them, and it spread across the empire, killing millions. The once vibrant streets of Rome became silent, filled with the cries of the dying and the smell of burning funeral pyres. Marcus Aurelius, ever the stoic leader, faced the crisis head-on, but Lucius Verus retreated further into the comforts of the court. Then, in 169 AD, while returning from a northern campaign, Lucius Verus suddenly fell ill. Whether it was the plague or a stroke remains unclear, but his death was swift. With his co-emperor gone, Marcus Aurelius was left to rule alone during one of the most challenging periods of Roman history. Though Lucius Verus had been a co-ruler, his passing left little political impact, and he was deified after his death out of respect. Lucius Verus' legacy is one of contrasts. Though often remembered for his indulgence and luxury, his reign was marked by military successes, even if they were achieved by his generals. His co-rule with Marcus Aurelius is a testament to the complexities of shared power, showing that emperors with vastly different values could maintain a functional partnership. However, Lucius remains a figure whose reliance on wealth and pleasure overshadowed his potential for greatness. From ancient Rome to modern times, the balance between military might and thoughtful governance has defined the fate of nations and empires. The lessons of the past remind us that warriors and philosophers alike have contributed to those legacies of the ones who ruled. If you're fascinated by the interplay of war, wisdom, and leadership throughout history, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay connected with war and wisdom in history. Together, we'll continue to explore the forces that have shaped the world we live in today. See you in the next chapter of history.